Imagine a world where the fabric of reality feels, well, thin, where the things you see or hear or, experience just defy every rule you thought you knew.
Right.
Today we're sharing 5 chilling true tales, accounts from people who lived through moments that were really creepy, deeply unsettling, and, well, utterly unexplainable. These aren't just stories, they're raw narratives, encounters that kind of stick with you, making you question what lies just beyond what we see every day.
And what makes these stories so powerful, I think, is how they just puncture our rational understanding. They're not just anecdotes, they're personal glimpses into things that really push the boundaries of what we think is possible.
Yeah.
It forces us to really reflect on, reality itself.
So settle in with us.
Yeah.
Because the strange and the terrifying are waiting, and what you're about to hear,
Yep.
it might just make you look twice into the shadows tonight. Okay, so our first story. It takes us to this quiet rural farm country. A young boy, about 10 years old, he'd actually grow up to be the narrator's father, was walking home alone. It was his last year of elementary school. His older siblings, they'd already been picked up. His mom was a single nurse, couldn't always be there, so he had this, solitary half-mile walk, country road, bit of forest.
Isolated.
Usually very calm, just nature sounds, maybe a tractor far off, a quiet trip day after day. But then, one afternoon, something broke that stillness. A beat-up, dark van. It whizzed past him, then slowed down, pulled over just up the road.
Okay.
Red flag already. Yeah, the boy felt that prickle of unease. As he cautiously walked past it, he glanced inside, and there's this gruff, bug-eyed older man staring right back at him.
Oh, wow.
His dad later described the look as intensely unsettling, like an excited shark spotting prey, a real predatory gleam that just sent a shiver down his spine.
Not good.
Not good at all. The old man gets out, kind of stiffly, and starts his bizarre story. Says his parents were in a terrible car crash, and he needs to take the boy to the hospital right now.
But the kid knew better.
Immediately. Alarm bells screaming in his head.
Yeah.
His parents were divorced. Dad lived 2 states away. No way they'd be in the same car. So, thinking incredibly fast for a 10-year-old, he asks, "Did you take my brother Ricky there already?"
Clever.
Yeah. And the man, without even blinking, says, "Oh yeah, picked Ricky up from school, took him right away."
Ah, the trap.
The chilling part. He didn't have a brother named Ricky. Never did.
Got him.
Caught red-handed. The man's whole demeanor just shifts. He starts following the boy, then pursuing him, yelling as this terrified kid just bolts towards his house, cutting through the forest, shouts echoing behind him.
Oh, terrifying for a child.
He's about to collapse from exhaustion, lungs burning, bursts into the clearing of his driveway. Mom's not home. Just pure terror washes over him. He thinks the man's going to follow him inside, that he's totally alone.
Yeah.
But then, standing on the porch, a figure, is his Uncle Buck, calmly cleaning his favorite rifle.
Uncle Buck.
Exactly. This struck the boy as incredibly odd. Mom had said Uncle Buck was on vacation, hadn't seen him in months. But there he was, large as life. Intimidating figure. WWII vet, biker, Willie Nelson braids, ZZ Top beard.
A tough guy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Whiskey drinker, cigar smoker, bar fighter. Not someone you mess with. Uncle Buck. The boy screams, just desperate. That man's trying to get me in his car.
And what did Buck do?
Didn't say a word as the boy scrambled inside. But from the window, the boy watched, heart pounding. Uncle Buck swiftly, expertly, assembles a rifle, yells something guttural, a warning at the man. And the old man, his predatory look just falters, narrows his eyes, spins around, and just hightails it back into the woods. Gone.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that. After a few minutes, the boy, trembling but relieved, goes back to the porch to thank him. Uncle Buck was gone.
Vanished.
Okay, that's weird. It's weirder. Later that evening, Mom and siblings get home. He tells them everything. His mom goes white as a sheet, asks if he's absolutely sure it was Uncle Buck. Of course, he says. He was even wearing that motorcycle jacket he got for his birthday. Mom's quiet for hours. Haunted look. That night, after dinner, his grandmother explains the truth.
Which was?
Uncle Buck had died months earlier. Motorcycle crash in Florida. They buried him in those exact clothes.
Oh my God.
And the rifle, the one he was cleaning, kept under lock and key in the grandmother's basement. When Buck died, they couldn't find the keys. Anywhere. Case stayed locked. Unlatched, but locked.
Until
that evening. After the incident, the grandmother checked. The case was unlocked.
Okay, that changes things. This raises a really important question. Was it a desperate hallucination, fueled by fear? Or protective spirit, something intervening?
Right.
Because the details about the rifle and the clothes, that deepens the mystery. It implies something deliberate, almost physical, not just in his head.
It's the rifle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it so undeniably eerie. It's not just like an emotional memory or a vision for comfort. It feels like a direct, impossible intervention.
Exactly. A physical impossibility resolved. It echoes those old stories, protective ancestors manifesting. The tangible change, the rifle case, pushes it beyond just perception. It's a real mystery.
Okay, so from a protective spirit to, well, something equally perplexing, a double. Our next story takes us somewhere surprisingly mundane, a condominium complex.
Right.
It's dinner time. Family runs out of ice cream upstairs in their 8th floor apartment. Mom asks the narrator to go down to their other apartment on the 7th floor to grab some from the freezer.
2 apartments. Okay.
Yeah. But critically, the only way between them is out the door, elevator, or stairs, then into the other apartment. No secret passages, nothing like that.
Got it. Physically separate.
So he takes the keys to the 7th floor place. Expects it to be empty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's upstairs waiting for dessert. He walks in, pitch dark, navigating by memory. Suddenly, he sees a figure seated on the sofa.
Oh, in the dark.
He flips a light switch, and there, on the couch, sits his own father. Just sitting there, unresponsive, staring blankly ahead.
His dad. But his dad was upstairs.
That's what he thought. But it was weird, yeah, but he just focuses on the ice cream mission. Heads back to the door, asks his father if he has the key to lock up. No answer.
Still unresponsive.
Totally. He just shrugs, thinks, well, if he came in and locked it, he must have a key. Locks up, heads back upstairs.
Okay.
Ice cream in hand, opens the door to the 8th floor, only to find his father already sitting at the dinner table.
Yeah.
With everyone else casually eating.
What? No way.
He totally freaked out, like, how did you get here so fast?
Yeah.
But everyone insists. Dad's been there the whole time. Didn't move an inch.
But he saw him downstairs.
He was absolutely insistent, got a good, clear look, said it was unequivocally his father describes him kind of fat and has this serious-looking face. Hard to mistake. And there's just no plausible way anyone could move between floors that fast, that silently, without anyone noticing.
So impossible.
Completely impossible. Since that night, he refuses to go down to the 7th floor apartment alone. The memory of his father's double still haunts him.
Yeah, I can see why. This is a classic doppelganger encounter. You find these stories across cultures. Historically, seeing a double was often seen as a bad omen, even predicting death.
Right.
What's really chilling here is the mundane setting, the lack of any time gap. Speculative physics sometimes talks about, quantum entanglement, parallel realities.
Yeah.
This would be a momentary bleed through. But honestly, that's way out there.
Yeah.
The mind just struggles to reconcile seeing something so clearly, so undeniably real with the fact that it logically cannot exist. That's what makes these encounters uniquely unsettling.
So it's not just seeing something weird. It's the absolute logical break. Yeah. Seeing something familiar, something real, yet knowing it absolutely cannot be there. That's
truly disorienting.
Exactly. The familiar becomes terrifying.
Okay, but what about fears that are deeply ingrained in a culture, almost part of the landscape? Our next story plunges us into that kind of specific dread, the skinwalker.
Yes. New Mexico. Yeah, the narrator lived there his whole life. Explains that lots of people claim to have seen skinwalkers. They're like a regional boogeyman. But interestingly, if you ask a Navajo person about them, they often just ignore you or laugh it off. White people myths, they might say.
It's not a myth to them.
Not at all. For the Navajo, it's a very real, deeply held fear, a living terror.
Mm-hmm.
So the narrator's dad had a small delivery service, mostly remote locations. One day, a delivery comes in for Window Rock, Arizona, deep on the Navajo reservation, about 2 hours from Farmington, where they lived.
Okay.
Dad's chilling with his Navajo friend, Travis, and Travis's girlfriend when the call comes. Travis mentions he has family in Window Rock he hasn't seen in ages, suggests they all go. Narrator's about 6 or 7. It's summer. So, road trip.
Makes sense.
They drive in convoy, Dad's truck with the freight, Travis and his girlfriend in another truck behind, using walkie-talkies to chat. They have a nice, uneventful time in Window Rock. Start heading home. It's along the old highway between Window Rock and Gallup, New Mexico. Just rained, road slick, driving slowly, carefully.
Setting the scene.
Yeah. One side, steep sandstone cliffs. The other, a huge open field with a barbed wire fence. They crest a hill, and down at the bottom, they see what looks like, well, an impossibly large dog just sitting there, middle of the road, facing the cliffs. Huge silhouette in the twilight.
Large dog. Okay.
Dad gets on the radio, kind of curious. Hey, Trav, do you see that big-ass dog? Travis's reply. Immediate. pure hysteria crackling through the static. That's no dog. Speed up and hit it right now. Please hit that thing right now.
Whoa, total panic.
Absolute terror in his voice. No room for doubt. Dad, totally unnerved now, slams the accelerator. As they get closer, the narrator sees it clearly. It's not fur. It's matted, wiry brown hair. Looks stained with dried blood.
Oh, God.
It's still facing the cliffs. But the second their headlights hit it straight on, it slowly, deliberately turns. Looks right at them. It was horrifying. An almost human face, a grotesque mix like between a bear and a human face. Twisted, distorted, seemed almost in pain or like this permanent grimace.
That sounds awful.
And the size, as they got closer. Shoulder height, with the truck's hood, even sitting down on its haunches. They were feet away from hitting it.
Yeah.
When it lets out this blood-curdling scream, like someone screaming while their lungs fill with water, rushes backward, unnaturally fast, towards the field, leaps effortlessly over the barbed wire fence, gone, vanished into the dark in seconds.
Jesus. That's horrifying.
Travis is immediately on the radio again, panicked. Holy shit! Keep driving! Get out of here! Faster! They're speeding like crazy, just as they get near Gallup. Flashing lights. Pulled over.
Oh, great.
Travis pulls over behind them, too. The cop, who's Navajo himself, is immediately tense. Asks why Travis stopped. Travis, totally anxious, explains, "We just saw a skinwalker a few miles back. It's been following us."
And the cop's reaction?
Terrifying in itself. His face goes completely white. He just stammers something incoherent about a verbal warning, jumps back in his car, and speeds off. Doesn't say another word.
Wow. Even the cop was terrified.
Yeah. The two trucks do the same. Just get out of there. Nothing else happens. But when they finally get home, Travis insists they take some kind of Navajo totem thing for protection before leaving.
Yeah.
The fear was that real, that deep.
This story is such a powerful example of how cultural belief shapes the perception of terror. The skinwalker isn't just a story, it's this potent, ingrained fear. It provokes that visceral panic in Travis, and even in a police officer who shares that cultural understanding.
Right.
It speaks to a kind of collective dread. It moves beyond just one person seeing something scary into the shared, almost spiritual terror. Makes you really question how much our own cultural lens shapes what we perceive as real or frightening.
It's that shared fear, isn't it? That the cop, someone you'd expect to be rational, reacts with such raw, primal fear and just flees. That legitimizes the horror in a really chilling way.
Absolutely. It validates the terror.
Okay, moving into something different but equally unsettling. Moments of extreme trauma and how the mind copes. Our fourth story is from someone who is 12, a scout on a camping trip.
Okay.
Driving home, disaster strikes. A tile blows on their trailer, sends the van careening into a deep ravine. Chaos, violence. The narrator somehow stays coherent through it all.
Wow. Lucky, in a way.
When everything stops, amidst the wreckage, he sees one of the other kids, his best friend, crawling out through a broken window. Instinctively, he follows him, pulls himself out of the wreck.
Okay, so his friend helped him get out.
That's what he saw. His uncles, the scout leaders, were badly hurt. The driver's lying in the mud, leg clearly broken. He tells the narrator, voice strained, "Go, get help, flag someone down."
Urgent.
The narrator looks around for his friend, the one he just followed out. But he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, even though he just saw him crawl out moments before.
Strange.
Confused, but knowing he needs to get help, the boy scrambles up to the road alone. Flags down a car.
Okay, so he got help.
Yeah. Fast forward to the hospital. Nurses keep asking him to tell the story. Over and over, like 3 times. Then a doctor comes, asks him to repeat it again.
Why?
His mom arrives halfway through the 4th telling. He asks her, "Why do they keep making me repeat it?" The doctor pulls his mom aside. The narrator overhears the conversation.
And the truth was?
The doctor explained, of everyone in that horrific crash, he was the only one who managed to pull himself from the wreckage. Everyone else, so badly injured they were either thrown clear or had to be extracted by paramedics.
So his friend didn't crawl out?
No. The fact that he insisted he followed his friend out worried them. They checked him thoroughly for head trauma. He had none. No physical injuries at all. But the grim truth came later. His best friend died in the crash, wasn't wearing a seatbelt, thrown through the windshield.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Absolutely devastating. No one else could possibly have crawled out that window.
Yeah.
Yet, his memory of his friend helping him out, it's crystal clear, vivid. It remains with him to this day.
This raises such a profound question about the brain's response to that kind of extreme, life-threatening trauma. Was it, A powerful coping mechanism. Self-preservation. The mind conjuring a guide in utter chaos.
Or something else.
Or potentially something more profound. A final, maybe ethereal act of companionship, a spirit guiding his friend to safety. The sheer resilience of that specific memory, despite all the objective evidence contradicting it, it really speaks to the mysteries of consciousness, experience beyond physical explanation.
The mind's ability to protect itself is incredible. But yeah, this feels like it steps beyond just psychological defense. For that memory to be so precise, even after learning the awful truth, it makes you wonder about memory, trauma, and maybe something more.
Exactly. Deep questions.
Okay, our final story today. This one feels like a glitch, a momentary slip in time and space. It's a simple childhood moment. Narrator's in first grade, recess, bright sunny day. He's playing a Nintendo DS game sitting on the asphalt, his friend shooting hoops nearby. He vividly remembers the friend asking if he thought he could make a basket from halfway across the court.
Typical kid stuff.
Right. The narrator tells him, you could try, but you probably wouldn't make it. Turns his gaze back to his DS, totally absorbed in the game. Then, instantly, no sensation of movement, no transition at all.
Yeah.
His dad's voice asks him, what do you mean?
Wait, what?
He looks up. He's not on the sunny playground anymore. He's sitting on his living room floor, carpet, talking to his dad. And it's dark outside.
Dumped.
Instantly. From bright, loud recess to a dark, quiet evening. And here's the truly bizarre part. The thing that convinces him it wasn't a dream or memory lapse. The continuity.
How so?
He was sitting in the exact same physical position, playing the exact same game, on the exact same level, and, critically, at the exact same spot in the level he was at on the playground. Just, well, an instant before.
Oh, that's
Incredibly specific. Everything continued normally that night. Dad didn't seem to notice any lost time or anything weird.
Did he ever tell anyone?
Not at the time. I mean, how would you even explain that as a first grader? But looking back, it's profoundly unsettling. He describes the feeling as teleporting through space and time, a sudden, instantaneous shift, no journey.
Yeah.
He's utterly convinced it wasn't a dream, even though that's the only, quote, rational explanation people might offer. The logical impossibility just doesn't fit the vivid, continuous reality he experienced.
This one, though small scale, is really potent. It touches on some seriously mind-bending ideas, microteleportation, glitches in the fabric of reality, stuff like that.
Right.
Logically, it's hard to accept, but his certainty about the continuity, the game, the position, the conversation creates this really unsettling paradox, a lost moment. It forces you to wonder if our perception of linear time and stable space is really as solid as we assume. Or could the system just skip sometimes?
A system glitch in reality, yeah. That thought alone is enough to send a shiver down your spine, that the world, so solid, so predictable, could just jump and leave you wondering what you missed.
Precisely.
So we've just gone through 5 truly unnerving stories. Each one leaves us with, frankly, more questions than answers. From a spectral guardian to impossible doppelgangers, terrifying entity encounters, and these baffling jumps through time. They're stark reminders of the mysteries that lie just beyond our normal understanding. They challenge rationality, whisper about a world far stranger than we usually admit.
And what's fascinating is the sheer diversity, yet that common thread of certainty from the people who lived through them. It makes you consider, are these just isolated weirdnesses, or are they glimpses into some hidden, complex layer of reality we're only just starting to perceive? What stands out to you as the most unsettling part of these dives into the unknown?
If these tales of the unexplained have sparked your curiosity, maybe sent a genuine shiver down your spine, then you're definitely in the right place. For more chilling stories, more explorations of the eerie, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs.
Yeah, definitely subscribe.
Thank you for joining us on this unsettling journey. Until next time, stay curious. And remember, sometimes the best things happen in the dark.